is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
The blessings
What a loving, what a loving, what a loving. Blessings are permanent.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs Music.
So tell the people start to the wonder. Waiting when you do this Olumba. Got your case is so different. I asked the motor, Papa give me Ferrari. I asked the picking, Papa give me a Jeep. I asked if I job, Papa make me employed. Man, I'm blessed, so the blessed people call me blessed. Yeah. Anything I lay my hands, yeah. Blessings flowing everywhere, yeah. People tell me God so for me, God so for me, God so for me, yeah. And I'm blessed, no be lie, oh.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent. It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
The blessings
What
of
a
Olumba
loving,
in
what a
my
loving,
life
what a
is
loving. Blessings are permanent.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs Music.
So tell the people start to the wonder. Waiting when you do this Olumba. Got your case is so different. I asked the motor, Papa give me Ferrari. I asked the picking, Papa give me a Jeep. I asked if I job, Papa make me employed. Man, I'm blessed, so the blessed people call me blessed. Yeah. Anything I lay my hands, yeah. Blessings flowing everywhere, yeah. People tell me God so for me, God so for me, God so for me, yeah. And I'm blessed, no be lie, oh.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent. It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
The blessings
What
of
a
Olumba
loving,
in
what a
my
loving,
life
what a
is
loving. Blessings are permanent.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs Music.
So tell the people start to the wonder. Waiting when you do this Olumba. Got your case is so different. I asked the motor, Papa give me Ferrari. I asked the picking, Papa give me a Jeep. I asked if I job, Papa make me employed. Man, I'm blessed, so the blessed people call me blessed. Yeah. Anything I lay my hands, yeah. Blessings flowing everywhere, yeah. People tell me God so for me, God so for me, God so for me, yeah. And I'm blessed, no be lie, oh.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent. It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
The blessings
What
of
a
Olumba
loving,
in
what a
my
loving,
life
what a
is
loving. Blessings are permanent.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs Music.
So tell the people start to the wonder. Waiting when you do this Olumba. Got your case is so different. I ask the motor, Papa, give me Ferrari, I ask the picking, Papa, give me a I ask if I job, Papa, make me employ. Man, I'm blessed, so the blessed people call me blessed. Yeah, anything I lay my hands, yeah. Blessings flowing everywhere, yeah. People tell me God so for me, God so for me, God so for me, yeah. And I'm blessed, no be lie, oh.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent. It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
The blessings
What
of
a
Olumba
loving,
in
what a
my
loving,
life
what a
is
loving. Blessings are permanent.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs music.
So tell the people start to the wonder. Waiting when you do this Olumba. Got your case is so different. I ask the motor, Papa, give me Ferrari, I ask the picking, Papa, give me a I ask if I job, Papa, make me employ. Man, I'm blessed, so the blessed people call me blessed. Yeah, anything I lay my hands, yeah. Blessings flowing everywhere, yeah. People tell me God so for me, God so for me, God so for me, yeah. And I'm blessed, no be lie, oh.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent. It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
The blessings
What
of
a
Olumba
loving,
in
what a
my
loving,
life
what a
is
loving. Blessings are permanent.
is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs music.
So tell the people start to the wonder. Waiting when you do this Olumba. Got your case is so different. I ask the motor, Papa, give me Ferrari.
It is said that the only unifying force which can withstand the test of time is love. That was a quote from the Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, Chapter 17, verse 43. Now, as an administrator, what is your duty? Are you there to cause chaos in the Bethel, or you're there to unite and work with love with your Bethel priest, most especially, and other members of the Bethel? Peace of the Father, beloved elect of God, you are welcome to today's episode of the Bcs Spotlight program on Star Cross Television. Today we'll be bringing to you Kuba Bethel FCT Abuja, where we'll get to know about the administrative structure of the Bethel, their challenges, their achievements, as well as their prospect for the year 2023 or before the expiration of the year 2023. I am Stella Tabot. But before we introduce the administrator of the said Bethel, who is already waiting for us, or who is already with us on Zoom to tell us all these juicy details about Kuba Bethel FCT Abuja, let us go on a very short break. We'll be right back.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
The blessings
What
of
a
Olumba
loving,
in
what a
my
loving,
life
what a
is
loving. Blessings are permanent.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs music.
So tell the people start to the wonder. Waiting when you do this Olumba. Got your case is so different. I ask the motor, Papa, give me Ferrari, I ask the picking, Papa, give me a I ask if I job, Papa, make me employ. Man, I'm blessed, so the blessed people call me blessed. Yeah, anything I lay my hands, Yeah, yeah. Blessings flowing everywhere. Yeah, yeah. People tell me God's so for me. God's so for me. God's so for me, yeah. And I'm blessed, no be lie, oh.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent. It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
The blessings
What
of
a loving, what a loving, what a loving. Blessings are permanent.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs Music.
So tell the people start to the wonder. Waiting where you do this Olumba. Got your case is so different. I asked the motor, Papa, give me Ferrari, me Ferrari. I asked the picking, Papa, give me a Jima. I asked if I job.
Bcs Music.
Let your light shine out bright through the darkened wall, so that people be saved through the light in you. Representing little Lumba, we must do the right. Don't let people blaspheme him because of you. Because we are ambassadors of Christ to know, chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference.
We must prove to the world we are gospel bearers. We belong to line of tribe of Judah. We must give helping hand to less privileged. We must preach this gospel to that thine world. Because we are ambassadors of Olumba, chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing little Lumba with His gospel of our Father. Let's be the difference.
We must go to Macedonia and preach the word. We must go to Pakistan and stop the war. We must let Israel know he's in Africa. We must tell the Greece and Australia, because we are ambassadors of Olumba Obu. Yes, we are chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Oh yeah. Representing Leader Lumba with His gospel of His gospel. Let's be the difference. Oh, let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be giving helping hands to each other. Representing Leader Lumba with His gospel of let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Leader Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let us be.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
Blessings
What
of
a loving, what a loving, what a loving. Blessings are permanent.
Welcome back. This is still the Bcs Spotlight program on your screen, and we still have with you Koba Bethel FCT Abuja. The administrator, Christ Ambassador Edwin Isoto, is there to tell us everything we need to know about BCS administration in Koba Bethel, their challenges, their achievements, and what they intend to achieve before the expiration of the year 2023. Peace of the Father, CA.
Thank you so much, Starcross. Peace of the Father. It's my pleasure to be with you on this platform today.
Thank you very much. How are you doing? How is Abuja generally?
Abuja is blessed and it's fine.
Right? Abuja is blessed and it's fine. You're looking, I don't know, like from your statement, I am very sure Abuja is very blessed, because from you, I'm seeing you to be someone very blessed as well.
Thank you so much for the compliments.
You're welcome. So let's get to know about the origin of Koba Bethel. How was this Bethel originated?
Okay, of course, when you're talking about
Origin of Kubwa. It's like asking somebody, what is the origin of brotherhood of the cross and star? Because Kubwa actually, because Kubwa actually is brotherhood, and brotherhood anywhere, irrespective of the location, has no origin, because it was founded before the foundation of the world was established. However, years back, over 2 decades ago, there was a strong need for people to congregate and, of course, put in place structures and systems to serve God in the FCT. And Kuba happened to be one of the Bethels. But significantly, all that was done was quite very historic in the year 2014, when the Holy Father, His Holiness Olumba Obu, the Heavenly Father, came during the Baya and actually physically put a foundation laying stone to what we have today, which we are working on today, known as the Kubwa Cathedral. So it's my pleasure. So historically, Kubwa was founded as Brotherhood was founded, and it was part of this, because the structure and the systems in the Bethel were part of the structure that God has laid the foundation.
Hello, CA, are you there? Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, you were saying that Kuba Bethel, we can still trace Kuba Bethel to the origin of BCS was there before the foundation of the world was laid.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, okay, that's the last point you missed.
So I am also adding that Physically, the father also came into during the Bayab celebration in the year 2014 to lay the foundation for the cathedral. So, and that actually marked a very historic moment in the history of the Bethel. So it was like a beginning of a new page, given that the Heavenly Father physically came to lay the foundation. So it helps to revoke all the thing that has happened in the past. And that for us is a significant new beginning, given that God's physical presence march onto that battle.
Okay, so I would want to know why the name Kubwa. Is it that it's named after a street in FCT in Abuja, or it's, I don't know, why, what actually brought that name?
Kuba is the city of joy. That's how what we call it. We see ourselves as God's joyful people. So Abuja essentially has 6 area councils, just like what we have in most states, like the local government council. We have 6 area councils, and Kuba happen to fall within the Buhari area council. We have the Abuja Municipality Area Council. So the name Kuba actually is derived from the location. There is a big community, a whole district, a community within Abuja called Kubwa. So it derived the origin from the location.
Oh, okay. That being said and well noted, how many functional fellowships do we have in this Bethel?
Okay. At present, we have 10 functional fellowships in the Bethel. You know, like most Bethel, we have a lot of many fellowships are there. But when you're talking about functional fellowships in terms of fellowships that report, conduct their meetings, and are also responsive to the general fellowship, here we have a very unique system of administration where all the fellowships are answerable to the general fellowships. So the general fellowship provides the coordination, platform. Every issues around fellowship is directly under the jurisdiction of the general fellowship chairman. So I want to tell you that as a Bethel administrator, I don't micromanage the issues of fellowships. It's directly under the chairman of the general fellowship and Kuba. That is led by Christ Ambassador Bassi.
Okay. Getting to hear what you say, you have 10 functional fellowships in Kuba Bethel. Could you please list
the fellowship that houses all other fellowships, that the general fellowship? We also have the main, we have the women fellowship, we have the Christ Universal Children Fellowship. We also have effectively working the CNC of the Christ Natural Choristers Fellowship. We also have Abbas, very functional. Of course, the father-in-law was one time Abbas president of River State, and also the Abbas president in Kekodekak Nation before I hand over. So of course, my fellowship has to be very functional, and we have a very vibrant head of Abbas. We also have the Hall of Den, which is very active, the Elders Fellowship, the Spirited, and of course, the Mercy Fellowship, the Fellowship of Charity. So these are the 10 functional fellowships we have in our Bethel.
Perfect. So you made mention of Abbas Fellowship, and you said Abbas Fellowship is very, very much functional. So how effective is evangelism? Now, collaborating Abbas Fellowship with
of the priests in the Bethel. Let's now dive into evangelism. How effective is evangelism in Kuba Bethel?
Okay, yeah, evangelism let me speak evangelism in the generally in the entire FCT, because the way we function in the Federal Capital Territory is very unique and special. We function as one entity because given the geospatial location, BCS in the Abuja is not like BCS in Port Harcourt or in in Akwa Ibom, for example, where as you just move from here, you see another house, you see another Bethel. So here, like from my house where I'm staying right now to my Bethel is 45 minutes drive. I mean, if I'm driving on the road to the Bethel, I'm driving for 45 minutes. Okay, I'm talking about so now, given this unique nature and how we function is mostly a productive state where a lot of people are civil servants. So we have a coordinated system for evangelism, and that is what we call the Abuja Evangelical Radio Program. We have a radio program that is instituted by the state, which is on radio, which is on radio, and this all the fellowships all put hands together, all Bethels to support that initiative. So we have people from the Bethel who goes to facilitate in that, and we work all together to make sure that that is functional. So every other evangelical program, I say that that is a very productive approach to evangelism. It makes no sense, for example, you have 2-3 persons who are going around from street. How many people can you talk to walking from one street to the other? But maximizing the power of technology and the power of the mass media through radio, you can actually reach out to millions and thousands of people within split second. And our FCT being a blessed territory, and with innovation, we leverage on technology, and we are driving that collectively. I want to say Kuba is also very excited to key into that radio program, and we are supporting actively. However, from time to time, we have a very strong Crusaders Fellowship in the States that members are drawn, from all other Bethels and all of that. And from time they do 2x2 evangelism. We also have the Christ Ambassadors and other platforms. But the major evangelical structure we have in Kubwa and also vis-a-vis the state is the radio program.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you.
Still on evangelism,
you've mentioned means of evangelism, which
Kuba Bethel
Bethel
taking active part in it. So I would love to know. We know the main essence of evangelism, yes, and we know the outcome, what we should be expecting after each evangelism. So does it mean, or are you telling us that after this media evangelism, there's always a means of converting souls into the kingdom?
Sorry, I can't hear you properly. Peace of the Father, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now, loud and clear.
Okay. Did you get the question?
Did you get?
I should come back. Okay, we are still talking on evangelism, and then you made mention of media evangelism, where you have a radio station, something of that magnitude, where members of Kuba Bethel also participate in evangelizing the God's everlasting gospel. So I'm asking because we know for sure the main essence of evangelism, and we know what we should be expecting after going out to evangelize, which is at least bringing in 1 or 2 souls to the kingdom. So are we now saying, or are you saying in essence, that after your media evangelism, which is actually a very nice one, you are always coming with a soul or 2 into the kingdom, as the case may be? Sorry, we are lost. I
can't hear you properly.
2022. That's with February last year. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Okay, yes, I can hear.
Okay, yes, I can hear you now.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that we have embarked on several forms of evangelism within the Kuba area through our system.
Okay.
But the major evangelical structure we have in the FCT, which Kuba is part of it, is a radio program, and which we have gained.
Yeah, I got that.
At the end of the year, 2022, we have 40 new baptized members. 40 baptisms were recorded at the end of last year.
By the end of last year, you got 2022.
Like 40 baptisms. That is a very nice one. Thumbs up to Kuba Bethel. So we are now in 2023. So are we expecting more baptism before the expiration of the year? Have you baptized any member into the fold throughout this tenure, the first and second term? Or let's just get to know about baptism in Kuba Bethel.
Of course, we have recorded new baptisms. As at date, I may not be able to give a specific figure, but the one beautiful thing is that we are super excited to have very vibrant priests right now. We are so blessed to have the likes of Christ Ambassador Anekan, Edogo, and the likes of 144,000 Godwin, Nana, who happens to be our posted priest, and these are very wonderful set of priests. They are proactive and they are doing their work. We also have a baptismal pool, right there in the Bethel. So we have recorded series of baptism this year, and by the end of the year, our plan is to make sure that we see the figure of 40, which we recorded last year.
Okay, thank you very much.
Speaking of mention of him or he or she being a proactive one who has always driven the father's work to a very enviable height in Koba Bethel. So let's get to know about his or her welfare. How is the welfare of the posted priest in Bethel being tackled?
All right, thank you so much, and we are super excited. We want to say without much, it's all glory to the Father. Kobwa is a model when it comes to Bethel administration and leadership, and we're saying this all to the glory of the Father. We hope to learn more. We hope to keep improving. So when you talk about priest welfare, the Bethel is doing exceedingly well. I want to tell you that Kubwa is the first Bethel in the FCT to raise the stipend of priests by 67% last year. That was the first thing. That was the first thing we did immediately we assumed office with the new executive, because you also understand that the economic realities of the country right now, everything's on the high side. So even as individual family, you see how difficult it is for people to cope, let alone priests and working on a fixed level of income. So we have done that increase, and the state is also supporting. And also, if you look also in our Bethel, we have a very strong women fellowship with baskets, basket program, of course. So, and the women fellowship is also working. So all of these systems and structures which we have within the Bethel are also working hard, with commitment from all of our members to make sure that our priests are properly taken care of. And I want to tell you that our goal as a Bethel is that when our priest leaves, when they complete their tenure, they should become better people in terms of their finances. We want our priests to be able to own money, able to buy cars, and be able to improve on their welfare. And Abuja is a unique place. Yesterday, one of the testimonies we have a very yes. Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
All right.
That being said, let's look into what you've been able to achieve as a Bethel within the first 2 quarters of the year. What have been your collective achievements from January to this date as a Bethel?
We have been in office now for almost 1 year and 6 months. And when the father in the new executive will come in, we actually have a 3 major agenda, 3 main goals. The first goal is to reform the infrastructure we have, to be able to improve on the infrastructure we have in the Bethel. That was the first goal. The second goal is to build strong administrative systems and structures so that things can work with or without the administrator, with or without anybody, with or without any influential person. The system of the Bethel can function effectively. And of course, the third thing has been on welfare and evangelism. So these have been our 3-point agenda. And to burst the bubble, I want to let you know that on infrastructure, last year the Bethel took a very bold step. We were worshiping in a whole structure that had been there for so many years. When the father came, the father laid the foundation, and a lot of brethren actually put in efforts to see how the improvement can do. So last year, with the better resolve and take a bold step to demolish that whole structure and allow new one to sing. We are talking about building a structure, a new cathedral that is worth over 300 million. As of last year, we have raised about 8 million. The building has been raised from the foundation, the foundation has been put in place, and we've raised all the pillars to the decking level. So we are at the decking level of that massive structure. So we are talking about a lot of monies that have been put into that. Is a very bold program on infrastructure. Last year, we've also been able to sink a borehole. We're also able to sink a borehole to make sure water is available. We've also been able to raise some part of the Bethel fences, which is under completion, and make sure we do some other repairs. And this year, one of the key things we've done, if you've been to Kubwa Bethel in the last couple of years, and if you come now, you will not recognize our Bethel, because the entrance, we're able to do the whole children of God with poor resources, and the Bethel have been able to do a walkway. We have a walkway that is fully interlocked. If you have, I think we've sent some of the pictures, put the pictures on the platform. So we do that. Interlock was done this year, and we understand that lighting is very important for security. Sometimes we know the high cost of fuel, in buying and servicing generator. So this year too, we're able to provide about 7 solar street lights. So with or without electricity, with or without generator, the Bethel is light up, 24 hours, the standard environment. And we hope to make sure that we go fully renewable energy in the next 2 years, from now. So these are some of the...
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You've done justice to that particular question. Yes, you've actually digested. Sorry, are you there?
I'm there, but that is on infrastructure.
Okay.
Then on structure systems.
On structure and systems, before now, we don't use a effective banking system. But right now we have the Bethel has 4 bank accounts, okay? One for CNCF, one for main fellowship, one for the building project, and one for Bethel administration. So all these bank accounts we are open, and we are running it, make sure that it's accountability from beginning to the end. So everybody in the Bethel know how much we realize. And yesterday, it's important I also inform you, we have done a launching, we have done a fundraising, and we are also using the medium to call on everybody, members of Brotherhood, to come and support us. From the Bethel, we did a launching, and from promises and pledges, we were able to raise about 13 million yesterday. I'm talking about yesterday. Okay, about 13 million was raised in pledges, a cash of about 1.something million, because we are looking at about 100 million to make sure that we complete that project. So I'm using this medium to make an appeal to all Brotherhood children, all children of God over there. Yesterday, we are super excited to see that even Muslims came and supported that launching. So I'm calling on Brotherhood members, please, I'm going to drop our account, the project account. Please, Sacros, help us to support the Kubwa Cathedral project. It's a wonderful building. It's going to be one of the best cathedrals you can ever find. You have the pictures, put it on platform. It has all the facilities that is needed to operate as a functional Bethel of the 21st century.
I think you have a whole lot to tell us about Kubwa Bethel. We are yet to know about other things. I know you have so many things in stock to tell us about Kubwa Bethel. But before that, let's just take another short break. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
The blessings
What a loving, what a loving, what a loving. Blessings are permanent.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs Music.
So tell the people start to wonder. Waiting when you do this Olumba. Got your case is so different. I asked the motor, Papa, give me Ferrari. I asked the picking, Papa, give me a Jima. I asked if I job, Papa, make me employ. Man, I'm blessed, so the blessed people call me blessed. Yeah. Anything I lay my hands, yeah. Blessings flowing everywhere, yeah. People tell me God so for me, God so for me, God so for me, yeah. And I'm blessed, no be lie, oh.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings.
Bcs Music.
Let your light shine out bright through the darkened wall, so that people be saved through the light in you. Representing little Lumba, we must do the right. Don't let people blaspheme him because of you. Because we are ambassadors of Christ to know, chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference.
We must prove to the world we are gospel bearers. We belong to line of tribe of Judah. We must give helping hands to less privileged. We must preach this gospel to the dying world. Because we are ambassadors of Olumba, chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing little Lumba with His gospel. Let's represent our Father. Let's be the difference.
We must go to Macedonia and preach the word. We must go to Pakistan and stop the war.
Who here is on the Lord's side?
I am on the Lord's side.
Are you sure?
Yes, Father.
Who are these which are arrayed in white robes? Who are these which are arrayed in white, and whence came they?
These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes in the blood of the Lamb. These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore are they before the throne of God, and serving themselves. night, day and night. In his temple
They shall serve
Him day and night,
day and night.
in his temple, and he that seated on the throne shall dwell amongst them. They shall serve Him day and night, day and night. In his temple,
They shall serve
Him day and night,
day and night.
in his temple, and he that seated on the throne shall dwell amongst them. They shall hunger no more. They shall hunger no more. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of waters. And God himself shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. They shall not thirst again. They shall not thirst again. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of waters. And God himself
unto the dwellers of the earth, the seas, and the heavens, I declare perfect peace and salvation upon the elect of God. Elect of leader Olumba, Obu. You are now mine. All that belongs to you belongs to me. And no power in heaven and on earth can pluck you out of my hands. I shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler.
it is permanent.
What a loving Father. What a loving Father.
The blessings
What a loving, what a loving, what a loving. Blessings are permanent.
is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs Music.
So tell the people start to wonder. What thing will you do this Olumba? Got your case is so different. I asked the motor, Papa, give me Ferrari. I asked the picking, Papa, give me a Jima. I asked if I job, Papa, make me employ. Man, I'm blessed, so the blessed people call me blessed. Yeah. Anything I lay my hands, yeah. Blessings flowing everywhere, yeah. People tell me God's so for me, God's so for me, God's so for me, yeah. And I'm blessed, no be lie, oh.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent. It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
The blessings
What
of
a loving, what a loving, what a loving.
blessings are permanent.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs music.
So tell the people start to wonder. Waiting when you do this Olumba. Got your case is so different. I asked the motor, Papa, give me Ferrari. I asked the picking, Papa, give me Ejima. I asked if I job, Papa, make me employ. Man, I'm blessed, so the blessed people call me blessed. Yeah. Anything I lay my hands, yeah. Blessings flowing everywhere, yeah. People tell me God so for me, God so for me, God so for me, yeah. And I'm blessed, no be lie, oh.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent. It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
It is permanent.
What a loving Father.
The blessings
What a loving, what a loving, what a loving. Blessings are permanent.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Blessings are flowing like a river.
Bcs music.
So tell the people start to wonder. Waiting when you do this Olumba. Got your case is so different. I asked the motor, Papa, give me Ferrari. I asked the picking, Papa, give me Ejima. I asked if I job, Papa, make me employ. Man, I'm blessed, so the blessed people call me blessed. Yeah. Anything I lay my hands, yeah. Blessings flowing everywhere, yeah. People tell me God so for me, God so for me, God so for me, yeah. And I'm blessed, no be lie, oh.
It is permanent. It is permanent. The blessings of Olumba in my life is permanent.
Welcome back. This is still the Bcs Spotlight program on your screen, and with us is still Christ Ambassador Edwin Isoto, the administrator of Kuba Bethel FCT Abuja. Before we went on that break, he was telling us about the achievement as a Bethel from January to this point. Christ Ambassador Edwin Isoto, peace of the Father, welcome back from that break.
Thank you so much.
Peace of the Father, and on behalf of the entire members of Kuba Bethel in Abuja, we are super happy to be on this platform today.
Okay. So before we went on that break, you were actually talking of the project, so the achievement, what you've actually achieved as a Bethel. Yes, that I can remember vividly. And then you made
first,
mention
your 3-point agenda. When the Father actually sent you there as the administrator, I picked the Bethel management at first, and then you also talked about accountability. So talking on accountability, let's know how effective tithe management is in Kuba Bethel. How is the collection of tithes in Kuba Bethel?
First of all, thank you so much for that question. First of all, you must understand the key components of the whole arrangement of the theocracy arrangement of the Father. If you understand the theocratic government of God, it has 3 components. Of course, there's a business, there's an administrative component of it, and that is very, very important for us. So tithe payment is very key, and is what brings a lot of blessings to any Bethel or any system, even an individual. And in Kuba, we have tried as much as possible to make sure that we have a very good and strong system for tithe management. We remit our tithe as when due, as promptly as possible. Because of the importance attached to tithe in Kuba, we have assigned a special office in charge of tithe payment. As a matter of fact, the deputy administrator of Kuba, talking about Christ Ambassador Ketrinopia, she's a very wonderful professional who happens to be my deputy. she is directly in charge of all issues relating to tithe. That is to make sure that it's just an additional structure to make sure that the system works effectively. Okay, and I know that in Abuja generally we don't have challenges in terms of time management. The state administrator has also put in place a deputy in charge, an office in charge of tithe management that makes sure that routinely, as at when due, all the tithes are collected and are paid into the bank and evidence submitted to the state. So in the FCT, the father has, after the administrator's workshop, there is a new guideline which the father has directed, procedure for all the payments, which we are complying. We were there in Calabar to hear and also learn the new norms of how to make sure that tithe is administered. So in Kubwa, tithe payment is well administered, and every month, as the month ends, first week of the month, all the necessary rituals, the prayers and the collection and the counting are all done. The money is paid straight to the bank, and evidence of payment is sent to the state, for documentation. So that is why, even during the priesthood program, if you ask the administrator of FCT, he will just give you, in just split seconds, he will give you everything about all the Bethels, especially as it concerns to tithe payments.
Okay, being that we're running out of time already, you've told us about what you've achieved as a Bethel. Can we get to know about your
ever since you were made the administrator of this Bethel? What challenges have you actually encountered while administering your duties as the administrator?
Of course, like every system, there must be challenges.
Definitely.
But there is no amount of challenges that is difficult that our God cannot surmount. The first thing you must understand as an administrator is that you are not there on your own. You are there because you are representing God, and you carry all the energies, all the skills, all the angel, everything that God needs to succeed. He has empowered us to achieve. So for us, we see challenges as stepping stones, not necessarily as problems. One of it is one of the major challenges we have, of course, is funding, is finance. In fact, up to now, it baffled everybody, all of us in the Bethel, that in last year, if you look at our books last year, that the Bethel was able to generate about 15 million in annual all expenditures, for projects of 150 million. It's not that we pull out the money and it's half cash. When we look at total volume of money that is raised, so there is still a lot. We need money because we are doing a capital project. You understand? We're doing a very bold capital project. So when you're doing a capital project, the what you need, our goal is not the same. So our major focus right now is to make sure that the Bethel is there and the building is completed. So when we say we need money, we are not talking about 5,000 naira or 10,000. We need money. We need millions of naira, hundreds of millions. You understand?
Okay,
So
that's well understood. That is well understood. Yes, finance is one of the challenge.
Okay, we still have
more.
Yeah. So of course, bringing everybody together, of course, is also challenging. But of course, when you have God, the Father is the one that does that. The Father has been able to bring all different persons, all of us together, for a common purpose. And I want to thank the Father for doing his best. But it's important I should inform you that the only diamond division choir in the whole of Northern Region Nigeria is in Kubwa. That diamond choir you're hearing about, in Northern Nigeria, is my choir. We won the competition. We won the competition, and we're happy that that winning happens at this period. One of the best choir masters, Bro Ronaldo Omo, is also from this unique Bethel. We are also blessed with so many calibers of potentials and personalities. And on behalf of all of us, I want to say we are super happy to be God's chosen joyous people.
Impressive. Being that we're running out of time, let us get a word of advice in few words.
Word of advice to our audience for watching Earth's Kubwa Bethel today on their screen.
Okay, yeah, well, we've always believed in one of the key. I just have three major advice, especially for administrators and other viewers out there. One is believe in the Lord. I always like this song to say, if you believe in Olumba, you will never see shame at all. If you count on your potential, you fail. If you count on your talents, you fail. But if you believe in the Father and see Him as the one doing the job and the one provide the leadership and direction, then the sky is your limit. So I always put God first. You understand? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that, yeah, you must understand that the things of God are in different folds. There is a spiritual component and there's a physical component. You don't over spiritualize everything. There are things that you need to do physically, and we believe in putting all the things we need to do physically put in place. You understand? For example, you ask about payment, ask of all of this. You cannot say the Father has the Father likes it. The Father is the one in charge. No. God asks us to do what we're supposed to do. But we have to do the one that we can do. God is going to do it also. Don't try to over spiritualize issues. You understand? There's things you need to face it physically and address it, and God will give you all the blessings. Another important thing I want to focus, of course, is unity of purpose. There's nothing that the people cannot do when there's nothing that's impossible that cannot be achieved when there's unity, when there's focus, and when there's love. And we want to say that, we want to appreciate that. I want to see this medium to say special thank you to all our members in Kubwa, our posted priests, all our executives, wonderful people, and of course, to salute the State Executive Council led by His Grace Archbishop Willie, who has been doing excellently well as the Archbishop of Abuja, and we're super happy to work under him. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Christ Ambassador Edwin Isoto, for your time.
And then to our audience, you heard him clearly. The advice he has for us today is for us to have unity of purpose. We should be able to work together in love and harmony, because where there is love, everything stands to grow very well. And that is what actually relates to our opening quotes for this program of today, which states that the only unifying force which can stand the test of time is love. That is actually drawn from the Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, Chapter 17, verse 43. Yes, we should see how to walk in love and harmony for the growth of the Father's work in wherever we find ourselves, because where there is unity, there's going to be growth, there's going to be harmony, there's going to be a whole lot of things. God is going to abide there with us and for us. He's always going to be there to fight and conquer all our physical and spiritual challenges. Yes, thank you very much, Christ Ambassador Edwin Isoto, for your time. My warm regards to everybody in Kubwa Bethel FCT Abuja. So this is where we're going to say thank you, and this is where we're going to say goodbye for today until we come again, or until you see us again on your screen next week Monday with yet another Bethel. So here we say bye. I still remain Stella Tabot. God bless you.
Television, Gospel TV.